Socgen Posts Smaller than anticipated loss after high-priced Russia go out. Paris buoyant interest across retail and funding banking helped Société Générale (OTC) SCGLY record a smaller than expected loss in the second area as it absorbed a €3.3 billion hit following the sale of its Russia unit. The French financial institution, which gave no update on its current efforts to discover a new chief executive, mentioned on Wednesday it recorded a €1.48 billion loss, $1.51 billion, whilst analysts on average had expected a lack of extra than €2 billion. Net banking profits jumped just over €7 billion, approximately €600 million higher than predicted, while operating charges came in lower at €4.46 billion, the bank said. Revenue rose 23.3% to €1.5 billion inside the worldwide markets unit, which noticed fairness buying and selling develop by way of 7.5% to €833 million, whilst fixed income and foreign money sports accelerated 50% to €683 million. French and global retail pronounced a upward thrust in net banking earnings of 8.5% to €2.26 billion and 12.7% to €1.27 billion, respectively. All in all, the institution stated its ROTE return on tangible equity profitability ratio stood at 10.5%, a stage which it widely intends to hold on the 2025 horizon. We affirm our capacity to deliver profitability of 10% on the idea of a target center Tier 1 capital ratio of 12%, CEO Frédéric Odet mentioned in an assertion, which also confirmed the launch of a €915 million percentage buyback program. Among other aims set for the next 3 years, the financial institution seeks to supply a cost-to-income ratio of 62 or beneath and hold a payout ratio of 50% of its profits. In notice posted ahead of the results, Jefferies analysts stated they have been waiting for a similar level of profitability as a midterm goal. We suppose Socgen will announce a 910% ROTE goal for 25 and consider it credible thanks to the gain of recent corporate movements just like the LeasePlan acquisition, Boursorama income swing and the merger of French retail networks, they wrote. Looking for a new CEO in May, Société Générale closed the sale of its Russian corporation Rosbank to the Interos Group, a organization linked to Russian oligarch Vladimir Potanin. The equal month, Frédéric Odet took buyers by way of surprise when he introduced he would step down next 12 months because the CEO after going for walks the lender for 15 years and that his successor might be introduced a while Q4. While the choice of his successor is a matter for the board of directors to determine, the outgoing chief government stated he's in favor of choosing an internal candidate to steer the French banking institution for the next 10 to 15 years after he leaves. Speculation on the destiny chief of France's third biggest listed bank has to date focused around Sébastien Proda, currently tasked with merging Socgen's retail networks in France in addition to Slawomir Krupa, head of World Banking and Investor Answers activities. Philippe Heim, the pinnacle of France's postal financial institution, Jean-Pierre Mustier, former chief executive of Italy's Unicredit (BIT) CRDI, and Jacques Ripoll, who just left Crédit Agricole (OTC) Crédit SA, are amongst former Socgen executives stated as capability external suitors but no out-of-doors candidate has ended up a clear the front runner. Socgen's results observe rival BNP Paribas (OTC), BNPQY, which said a better-than-expected income on Friday as employer remained buoyant throughout business enterprise traces. With a 28.3% fall thus far in 2022, Socgen stocks path BNP Paribas, which misplaced 23.7%, even as the broader European banking quarter changed into down 20.5%.